Okay, so this time we focus on the performance management and measurement. No? Performance management, no, and measurement involves the systematic process of setting goals, monitoring progress, and evaluating outcomes to ensure effective and efficient achievement of objectives. This is crucial, for organizations, business, and governments to assess their performance, identify areas of improvement, and make informed decisions. We look into the performance management because it is a comprehensive process that involves planning, monitoring, and evaluating the performance of individuals, teams, or organization. It is designed to enhance efficiency, effectiveness, and overall productivity by aligning activities with organizational goals and objectives. The key components of performance management, of course, is the goal setting, performance monitoring, feedback and coaching, performance appraisal. So to give us more details about the topic, let us all welcome our presenter. Go ahead.
To our Professor Dr. Abante, sir, and to everyone present virtually, good day, everyone. Allow me first to introduce myself. I'm Vanessa Fabros Coronel, and the topic assigned to me to discuss is performance management and performance-based budgeting. Ayaw niya. Sir, nag-move po ba yung screen ko?
Ma'am, hindi po.
Okay na po ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, performance management is a forward-looking process used to set goals and regularly check progress towards achieving these goals. Sorry. Performance management and measurement are critical components of organizational success, providing a systemic approach to enhance individual and collective performance within a structured framework. One widely recognized framework for performance management and measurement is the Balance Scorecard. The Balance Scorecard suggests measuring of performance across financial, customer, internal processes, and learning and growth perspective to provide a more holistic view of the organizational performance. So what is performance management? Performance management is a forward-looking process used to set goals and regularly check progress towards achieving this goal. It involves aligning individual and team goals with an overarching strategic objectives of an organization. It ensures that efforts are directed towards outcomes that promote the overall success and sustainability of the institution. It can focus on the performance of an individual, team, organization, or the process to manage particular tasks. When well done, performance management is an essential tool to help employees realize their full potential. The performance management process. The performance management process is a comprehensive process that involves planning, monitoring, developing, appraising, and rewarding employee performance. The first stage is the planning phase, where work is outlined and expectations are set. In planning phase, supervisors and employees meet to create their performance plans. Measurable goals are established, aligned with agency's strategic and operational plans. The planning stage is an opportunity to explain to employees how their performance directly impacts how the agency and work unit will achieve their goals. The second stage, monitoring phase, is where managers track employee performance and progress. Monitoring gives the supervisors an opportunity to make course corrections or adjust timelines so that employees will produce the desired outcome. It provides the opportunity to make employees aware of their progress, and by monitoring performance, it enables supervisors to identify problem early and address it before deadlines. The third stage of performance management process is the learning and development phase, where employees and managers fine-tune their knowledge and approach to better suit the project needs. From continuous monitoring, we can identify employees that need additional development to achieve their assigned responsibilities. Employee development includes not only remediation, but enhancing good performance through formal or informal training and coaching and mentoring. After learning and development phase is the feedback phase that happens parallelly with monitoring and learning phase. During periodic evaluations, managers during feedback phase, periodic evaluations are conducted to assess the individuals or team's performance against pre-established agenda and expectations. This often involves formal review process where strengths and weaknesses are identified and constructive feedback is given. The last stage of performance management process is the rewards phase that happens after project completion. When granting awards and rewards, meaningful distinctions must be made. Award amounts should be clearly distinguishable between different performance levels. What are the benefits of performance management? First is improved employee performance. Through regular feedback and performance discussions, employees can better understand expectation, receive guidance, and address areas of improvement. This contributes to the enhanced individual performance and productivity. Number 2, goal alignment. When performance management is effectively implemented, individual and team goals are aligned with organizational objectives, ensuring a cohesive effort towards overall success. Number 3 is increased employee engagement. As we all know, engaged employees are more likely to be committed to their work and to the organization. Performance management also enhances communication. Regular feedback sessions provide opportunities for meaningful discussions about expectations, progress, and career development. Through performance management, organizations can develop talent by identifying high potential employees. These individuals can be targeted for additional training, mentorship, and development opportunities, ensuring a pipeline of skilled and capable future leaders. Number 6 is fair and objective evaluations. By using clear and consistent criteria for performance evaluations, organizations can minimize biases and ensure fair assessment. This promotes a culture of equity and encourages employees to trust the evaluation process. Another benefit of performance management is succession planning. Performance management helps organizations identify and nurture talent for future leadership roles. This proactive approach to succession planning ensures a smooth transition when key positions became vacant. Next is motivation and recognition. Recognizing and rewarding high performers through performance management process motivates employees to excel. And last but not the least is data-driven decision-making. Performance management systems generate valuable data on employee performance, strengths, and areas for improvements. This data can inform strategic decisions related to talent management, workforce planning, and organizational development. How do we link performance management to organizational strategy? Linking performance management to organizational strategy is crucial for ensuring that individual and team efforts align with the broader goals of the organization. First, we need to understand organizational strategy. If the organizational strategy is to increase market share, performance management should focus on goals and behaviors that contribute to sales growth, customer acquisition, or market expansion. The next step is to cascade these goals. We must break down organizational objectives into specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals for each level of organization. Then we align individual goals. For instance, if an organizational goal is to improve customer satisfaction, individual goals of customer service representatives may include reducing response times, or resolving customer issues more effectively. Integrate competencies and behaviors. If collaboration and innovation are key aspects of organizational strategy, performance management should assess and reward employees on these behaviors. There must be regular review and adjustment. Conduct regular review to ensure that performance goals remain aligned with the evolving organizational strategy, and we adjust goals and expectations as needed. By using key performance indicators, we also link performance management to the organizational strategy. We should develop KPIs that directly measure progress towards the strategic objectives. Next is the integrate performance reviews with strategy discussions. Performance reviews should not only assess past performance, but also discuss how current and future activities contribute to the organization's strategic goals. While performance management answers the question, how do you manage the strategy you've put in place? Performance measurement answers the question, how do you track the progress of the strategy you've put in place? Performance measurement can be defined as a tool or a process of collecting, analyzing, and reporting information regarding the performance of an individual, team, or organization by comparing it to the set goals and objectives. Performance measurement involves the quantification and evaluation of key performance indicators and metrics that reflect the effectiveness and efficiency of processes, services, and individual contributions. It encompasses various dimensions such as financial performance, operational efficiency, employee productivity, customer satisfaction, and more. The popular performance measurement technique is the key performance indicators. KPI is a measurable value that demonstrates how effectively a company is achieving key business objectives. The role of measurement in performance management is critical for assessing achievement goals, providing feedback, identifying areas of improvement, supporting decision-making, aligning with organizational strategy, tracking key performance indicator, and promoting accountability. In government institutions, performance metrics are crucial for assessing the efficiency, effectiveness, and impact of programs and services. For service delivery metrics, public service agencies often measure the ability to deliver timely and accurate services. Examples of these metrics are timeliness of service, delivery, accuracy of service provided, or accessibility and availability of service. For citizen satisfaction metrics, government agencies may use citizen satisfaction metrics to gauge public perception and identify areas for improvement. This includes customer satisfaction surveys, feedback on public services, complaint resolution time. Government also monitor budget performance to ensure fiscal responsibility and effective resource allocations. Sample of these metrics are budget variance, cost effectiveness, return on investments. Regulatory compliance policy outcome matrix. Government assess the success of policies by measuring their impact on society, public health and education, etc. Regulatory compliance matrix. Regulatory agencies use metrics to evaluate the compliance with laws and regulations. Public safety and security metrics are used by law enforcement and emergency services to assess public safety and security. Examples of these are crime rates, emergency response times, and incident resolution times. Workforce performance metrics. Government agencies use measure workforce performance to ensure productivity and employee engagement. Infrastructure and facility metrics. These metrics are related to infrastructure and facilities, assess the efficiency and functionality of public assets. Health and social services metrics. Agencies use these metrics to monitor public health outcomes and service accessibility. And last would be the environmental sustainability matrix, used to measure efforts to promote sustainability and protect the natural resources. In government settings, performance measurement faces specific challenges due to the complexity of public service, So public services often involve multifaceted goals and outcomes that are challenging to measure and quantify. For example, assessing the effectiveness of healthcare programs may require considering factors like patient health, satisfaction, and community impact. Next challenge is multiple stakeholders and objectives. Governments serve diverse stakeholders with varying interests and objectives, making it challenging to prioritize and measure success. For example, balancing environmental conservation objectives with economic development goals may require trade-offs and compromise. Another challenge is the long-term impact versus short-term pressures. Balancing the need for short-term results with the pursuit of long-term societal benefits. Like investing in early childhood education may not show immediate results, but can have significant long-term societal impacts. Next challenge is the political influence on metrics. So political considerations may influence the selection and interpretation of performance metrics. Like political pressure may lead to emphasizing certain metrics over others, affecting the perception of government performance. Next is resource constraints. Limited resources may hinder the implementation of comprehensive performance measurement system. Like budget constraints may limit the ability to invest in advanced data collection and analysis tools. Citizen-centric measurements, capturing citizen perspectives and experiences in performance metrics. Like assessing the effectiveness of city public transportation systems should consider factors like accessibility and user satisfaction. Another challenge is data security and privacy concerns, balancing the need for data-driven decision-making with concerns about privacy and data security. So collecting and sharing citizen data for performance measurements may raise privacy concerns. And last but not the least challenge is the complex interdependencies, recognizing and accounting the complex interdependencies between different governments and government departments and programs. For example, some public safety initiatives success may depend on collaboration between law enforcement, social services, and community organizations. So addressing these challenges in government performance measurement requires a thorough and thoughtful adaptive approach to consider the unique characteristic of public service delivery and governance. Performance management and measurement offer complementary roles. Performance measurements are quite significant, but they are not enough. They offer you possible ways to track your progress. Still, they don't provide you with a process of doing anything about your results. This is where performance management comes in. It offers you ways to do something about your measures as you proceed. So in summary, performance management is a broader and ongoing process that encompasses various activities to optimize individual and team performance, while performance measurement specifically involves the quantification and evaluation of outcomes and results using metrics and indicators. Both are crucial components of the comprehensive approach to organizational success. Going on is the performance-based budgeting and management. Performance-based budgeting aims to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of public expenditures by linking the funding of public sector organizations to the results they deliver, making systemic use of performance information. Rather than simply allocating funds based on historical spending patterns, performance-based budgeting is a budgeting approach that focuses on the outcomes and results achieved by government programs and activities to ensure that resources are allocated to activities that deliver the best outcomes. Linking budgets to outcomes in performance-based budgeting involves establishing a clear connection between the allocation of financial resources and the achievement of specific measurable results. First, we need to define clear program objectives. We clearly articulate the goals and objectives of each program. By identifying the desired outcomes, it provides a foundation of linking budget decisions to performance. Next, we develop key performance indicators. But we establish measurable KPIs that align with the defined program objectives. These indicators should quantifiably reflect the success or effectiveness of the program. And next, we align budget allocations with KPIs. We determine the budget allocations based on the achievement of KPIs. So high-performing programs that meet or exceed their performance targets may receive increased funding, while those falling short may face budget adjustment. This ensures that resources are allocated where they are most likely to generate positive outcomes. It is also important to implement performance monitoring and evaluation. We should establish a robust system of monitoring and evaluating program performance regularly. This involves tracking progress against KPIs, collecting relevant data, and conducting performance reviews. The information gathered should inform budget decisions and facilitate ongoing adjustments to resource allocations. Giving you an example, if the objective is to enhance community safety through crime reduction, our KPIs could be crime rates, response times to emergencies, and community satisfaction surveys. We by allocating additional we link the budget by allocating additional funds to police precincts that achieve significant reduction in crime rates and maintain high community satisfaction. So conversely, precincts experiencing an increase in crime rates may undergo budget scrutiny and potential adjustments. Next is aligning budgets to organizational goals. It's almost the same with linking budget to outcomes. However, first we need to clearly define our organizational goal. By clearly defining the strategic goals, we also define the goals and priorities of the organization. Next, we break down these goals into departmental objectives. By translating high-level organizational goals into specific objectives of each department or program. This objective should contribute directly to the achievement of the overall organizational goals. Then again, we develop key performance indicators that will serve as benchmark for success and provide a basis for evaluating performance. Again, we allocate budget based on objectives and KPIs. So departments that align closely with organizational goals and demonstrate success in achieving their objective may receive increased funding, while those deviating from goals may face budget adjustments. And again, we should monitor and evaluate performance. By monitoring and evaluating, we track the performance of the department against their objectives and KPIs. And we can adjust budget accordingly. So for example, if the organizational goal is to improve overall quality of life for residents, departmental objective would be, specifically for the Public Works Department, is to enhance community infrastructure and green spaces. KPIs for this objective could be number of maintained parks, road condition ratings, and citizens' satisfaction surveys. We allocate additional funds for Public Works Department that successfully increased the number of maintained parks, improve road conditions, and receive positive feedback from citizens. And conversely, departments failing to meet these objectives may undergo budget scrutiny. Performance-based budgeting offers several benefits that contribute to more effective and efficient government resource allocation. First is enhanced accountability and transparency. Performance-based budgeting promotes accountability by clearly linking funding to measurable outcomes. This transparency enables stakeholders, including citizens and policymakers, to understand how taxpayers' money are being used and assess the effectiveness of government programs. Number 2 is improved decision-making. By focusing on programs, outcomes, and results, performance-based budgeting facilitates informed decision-making. Policymakers can allocate resources based on demonstrated effectiveness of program, leading to strategic and impactful budget decisions. Third is resource optimization. The approach encourages the efficient use of resources by directing funding to programs that deliver the best result. This optimization helps in avoiding unnecessary spending on less effective programs and reallocating resources to initiatives that demonstrate positive outcomes. Fourth is alignment with organizational goals. Performance-based budgeting aligns budget decisions with the overall goals and priorities of the organization. This ensures that financial resources are channeled towards activities that contribute directly to the mission and objectives of the government. Last is continuous performance improvement. The ongoing evaluation program performance inherent in performance-based budgeting encourages a culture of continuous improvement. Agencies are motivated to adopt and enhance their programs based on real-time feedback and data, leading to increased efficiency and effectiveness. There are three broad types of performance-based budgeting: presentational, performance-informed, and direct performance budgeting. Presentational performance budgeting simply means that performance information is presented in budget documents or other government documents. The information can refer to as targets or results and is included in background information for accountability and dialogue with legislators and citizens on public policy issues. The performance information is not intended to play a role in decision making. While in performance-informed budgeting, resources are indirectly related to proposed future performance or to past performance. The performance information is important in the budget decision-making process, but does not determine the amount of resources allocated and does not have a predefined weight in the decision. The performance information is used along with other information in the decision-making process. Last is the direct performance budgeting, which involves allocating resources based on results achieved. This form of performance budgeting is used only in specific sectors in a limited number. For example, the number of students who graduate with master's degree will determine the following year's funding for the university running the said program. Performance-based budgeting can bring about positive changes in resource allocation and organizational effectiveness, but it also comes with its own set of challenges. First is difficulty in defining and measuring performance metrics. Defining clear and measurable metrics can be challenging, particularly for complex programs where outcomes may be difficult to quantify. Subjectivity of performance measurements. Some performance metrics may involve subjective judgment, leading to potential biases and disagreements on what constitutes success. So inadequate data availability and quality. Insufficient and unreliable data can undermine the accuracy of performance assessments and compromise the effectiveness of performance-based budgeting. Time and resource intensiveness. Implementing and maintaining a performance-based budgeting system can be resource intensive and require time, expertise, and financial investments. Next is resistance to change. Resistance from stakeholders who are accustomed to traditional budgeting methods can impede the successful adoption of performance-based budgeting. And lastly is the complexity of interpreting results. Interpreting results of performance matrix can be complex, and there may be disagreements on the causal relationship between budget allocations and outcomes. In summary, performance-based budgeting is an approach to budgeting that emphasizes linking financial resources to the outcomes and results achieved by government programs. Unlike traditional budgeting, it focuses on measuring program performance and allocating funds based on the effectiveness of achieving a specific goal. That concludes, sir and classmates, my presentation, and thank you for listening. Good day to everyone.